What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jazzy Faux and freaking Fanny Slam, the God Mod themselves. You know us, is coming at you with the Faux the Streamers podcast. And you know we got another guest on here, as always, because I said that's what we're going to be doing now. And this time, we got a very awesome guest called RedRalph. RedRalph, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and, of course, give yourself a plug in the process. I want to know all your socials and everything.
Hi, I'm RedRalph. I've been streaming since early September of 2023. It's been a 10-year-long journey to actually get to the point of actually doing it. It's been a blast. I've met some of the most amazing people via Twitch and just cannot be more grateful for that. Let's see, my Twitch is just at RedRalph. So RedRalph, RedRalph. My Twitter or X is at RedRalph Twitch.
All right, RedRalph Twitch. Perfect.
Just made a TikTok, and that is just at RedRalph. So now that name wasn't taken already.
I'm glad to hear it, man. And look, hey, the fact that you're here, even though you're still waking up, it means a lot. So we really appreciate having you on the show, man.
Oh, I was just excited I couldn't sleep, so glad to be here.
Well, aren't you just a cutie patootie?
Gotta be.
All right, well, we've got a nice set of questions. You may or may not know how we do things here, but we've got a nice set of questions here that we're going to ask you. We're going to ask the hard-hitting questions as always. All right, so, we would like you to dig deep for these answers. But of course, if you don't feel comfortable answering anything, just let us know, all right? You don't even got to let us know why. All right?
Perfect.
All right, let's do it. So, question number one, my friend. Why did you get into streaming? What made you think, I want to go into streaming?
So I've always, one of the reasons I've always wanted to go into streaming, originally it started off, I wanted to be a YouTuber.
Oh.
But I've always kind of been an entertainer at heart. Like, I loved doing theater in high school. In fact, my favorite play I've ever been a part of was Arsenic and Old Lace. I got to play the character named Teddy, and that was as a freshman in high school, so year 9 for non-American folks out there. And he thinks he's Teddy Roosevelt, and every time he runs up the stairs, he yells "charge," and it was just a blast to get the laugh, get the reaction from audience, and even just co-actors, co-stage members, So I just performing. I love performing. I have a film degree, and that kind of ties into why I wanted to be a YouTuber. I originally wanted to learn how to edit because then I could be an editor for YouTubers and then learn how they do their process, and then I could start doing my stuff. This is also back in 2013. So,
wow, yeah,
been a long dream.
Yeah, it really has been.
Yeah, yeah. Because it was back when Let's Plays were like the thing to do.
Oh yeah.
And growing up, I never really played video games because my parents didn't like them. So, maybe
understandable.
Some Battlefronts at a friend's house or Halo multi-screen.
Oh.
And I was terrible at them. And I always got dogged about being terrible. But it was always fun because I'm like, wow, this is a story that you are literally a part of. And I love that. I love story. I love all that. And then something about being live for streaming, I really, really enjoy.
It's just kind of like drawing the parallels between what you loved of being on stage and getting that reaction from the audience live, but it's kind of the same thing, but you're on the internet, right?
Yeah. You control the whole stage. And I think that's a very interesting way of looking at it. I've often called streaming a one-man vaudeville show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
You're doing everything, but it's also the audience that provides some of the entertainment as well.
Doing a bit of crowd work.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, it's Chaz, just crowd work, and it's as fun as you make it. I'm an entertainer at heart, and I enjoy making people laugh.
Awesome. And that's the kind of energy. It's definitely the kind of energy you want to bring to streaming.
Yep.
Not the I want to do it for money, which is good luck, buddy.
Definitely. Yeah. By all means, I think it's a totally admirable dream to want to make it
of course
career and a job. But I don't think that should be your base motivation. Because I think you see a lot of that now that ever since YouTube and Twitch and just social media figures have been able to monetize their ability to perform, people start doing it for the wrong reasons, I think.
Yeah.
And I think at heart, it should be about it's enjoyable to you, and that will bring people to you.
It's true. And we've talked about that before. It's the kind of just energy that you bring to a stream. I think when you're streaming, you'll learn very quickly that like a lot of people, like regardless of intelligence levels, can see if you are genuine, or if they can glean the background motivations for what you're doing, you know? And maybe not always, because, you know, I've been accused of being fake Fanny, but, you know, I'm just a very energetic person, so I accept that, you know, kind of, I understand not many people are as crazy about it as I am, you know, passionate, let's say. Yeah, that's fair.
Prove me wrong. I'm willing to admit.
I'll take it. All right, so RedRalph, what did you quickly learn about streaming that you didn't realize before?
I might say an answer that's not expected, but I was surprised how much fun it was.
Okay, yeah, it's fair.
Even when it was at, you know, 0 viewers for like the whole stream, they flits up to 1 for like 30 seconds, and then oh, no one else is here, and they leave. I found fun in the fact that I finally started it.
Okay.
And then I started getting one person coming back and talking, and I was so much fun because I was started off with Hollow Knight, and they would give me tips on it, because I'm like, if you know a secret wall or something, let me know, because I love this game, but I do not know it, because there's some people that just know that game in and out like the back of their hand.
Yeah, the speed runners.
Speedrunners, completionists. I mean, actually, the person who started coming back, they did a lot of randomizer mods.
Oh, that's cool.
And I have no idea how you could finish that game with that. But you know, also
extreme game knowledge.
Yeah. Where it's like, what? I didn't know that was a thing. But also, probably on a more serious note, like something about streaming is, while it can really boost you, it can also really bring you down.
Yeah.
That's yeah, and we're definitely gonna, in fact, I was gonna ask a question about that, but why don't we just do it now? But before I do that, I just want to say I completely understand about like saying it was just so fun, because like I started streaming just because I was waiting for my immigration to go through. I couldn't work legally, and I was just kind of like, everyone always thinks like, oh man, it's so much fun to just do whatever you want, right? Like you have the responsibilities. You get real tired of it real fast.
It's so boring.
Yeah, it's so boring. Yeah, it gets awful.
I don't know if COVID's off limits here, but like I was on a flight for like 5 months during COVID.
Oof.
It was terrible.
Yeah. It's
like I moved to a new state and it was terrible.
Yeah,
I've
it
had jobs
sucks.
on and off, mostly off for like 10 years, and it's just sucked.
Yeah, you get so bored, and I wanted to just have something to work towards, and I never expected in the first week to fall so deeply in love with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I get it.
I was actually out of work for a sprained ankle.
Oh.
When I started streaming. And I was just like, I'm tired of sitting around the house, like ankle hurting. No. I'm going to finally do this thing that I've put off. And it's like, oh, cool. I enjoyed it. It's fun.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, that's what we like to hear. Heck yes. Then to go off your other note, because you said it can bring you up, it can also bring you down. So I was going to ask, have you ever felt bad about like your metrics or not doing as well as you wanted to do within a certain time period? But it sounds like you're going to say yes to that. So if you are indeed going to say yes to that, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But if you are going to say yes to that, how do you deal with those emotions when they come up?
You know, I think that second part of that question is very important, because I think a lot of people focus on feeling bad about their metrics when they're hitting a rough spot. I shouldn't say focus on, but it hits harder than you expect.
It does, especially if you're, you want to do well, right?
Right. This isn't like me saying, oh, I did so good right off the bat, blah, blah, blah. But for first couple months, I was on a pretty steady up on people coming in or amount of chatters. Like if there's not a lot of peaks and valleys, it was a lot of consistency.
Mm.
And then right around the week of Christmas, I started having like double the amount of people watching, double the amount of people in chat, and
Awesome.
it was great. Like I had a couple. Well, and granted, most of that was just like a streamer I know had a huge stream because he got rated, and then he rated me.
Oh, nice.
And I had 95 people at one point. on Christmas
Wow.
Eve. And
That's more viewers than I've had.
it was
This is record
out of
numbers.
nowhere.
I'm
No,
joking.
no,
joking. I'm
it was.
joking.
Oh, I know. Before that, I was at 15.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, I'm almost 100 people watching me. And then
Yeah.
actually, and then after that, it was constantly around 20 for a bit. And then for a while, like right after New Year, I was kind of like barely breaking 10. And I think part of it is like the excitement of like, oh, people like coming back. It wasn't necessarily even the numbers themselves. It was just kind of like, ooh, am I doing something wrong? Again, it's kind of going back to that. Like I like being an entertainer,
Of course.
but
And if people
But
don't
to
find
do
you
that-
entertaining, you're like, am I doing something wrong? But yeah, so how do you
Right.
deal with that?
Yeah. honestly, you just got to remember the fact that folks are still coming back. There's folks who
True.
still enjoy being around you. You go back to zero and you have to start all over again.
True.
And consistently, I've heard January is like the roughest month for most
Yeah.
people.
Mostly, yeah, definitely. Yeah. It
yeah, like,
it goes in waves, right? Winter,
Yes.
it goes up. Holiday season, December, January, it goes down. Summer, then after January, it goes back up. And then again, summer hits and it goes back down. And then, summer break hits and then it's kind of random. And then it goes back into like, winter and then it kind of starts going back up again. So,
And, it makes sense. It's like, are people in school? Are people outside because the weather's nice enough to be outside?
true. Which is gross, by the way. I don't know why people go outside.
Grass. I hate grass.
Yeah, ew. So give me some fake turf. I'll be just as happy. Yeah.
Sum it up. Just your metrics not a reflection of you.
I think that's a really good quote.
I would-
Slap that. That's the quote.
Like on a wall.
Yeah,
that's
true.
I should put that
That's
on my
some
wall,
merch, man.
inspirational message.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
Your metrics don't reflect you. And that's true.
I mean,
And we've said it before, right? Like people tend to forget that, like, you're streaming. So you're like, you're there, right? Especially if you have a schedule, you're like, I'm here, I'm streaming, this is what I'm doing. But people have lives. And their life is
Yeah.
not streaming and their life is not watching. They're watching you around their life, right?
Yeah.
Whereas,
like
and a lot of people forget that. So definitely 100%. And I know I'm going to give just some advice. It's something we've said before, and you can feel free to refute this, either of you, but I think you'll agree. And that's, if you're looking at your metrics, don't do it every day. Like,
Yep.
really, it's as someone who used to look at it every day, look at it every week if you have to. But
yeah.
it's hard. It was like breaking a nicotine habit. I would sit there and I'd be like, I want to look so bad. Like I need to know. Like even if it was good or bad, I was just like, I need to go look.
Jazzy would be in my DMs like, Fanny, I gotta look. And I'm like, or you could do it on Friday.
Yes, facts. Like right.
Just 2 days away.
Exactly.
Wait.
And if you are looking at your metrics and you're feeling disheartened about it, and I know some people be like, well, that's just fake, Jazzy, but like it's not. That's stupid. All right. And if you're looking at your metrics and you're feeling bad about it, put that shit on like 1 month to 3 months. I assume we're all using Twitch Tracker to track metrics, because if you're not, I don't know what you're using, but it's probably garbage. So Twitch Tracker is great because, yeah, you put on the 1 month, you put on the 3 months, and you're always going to be like, maybe not always, but mostly you're always going to be on that uptrend. It may be slow, it may be bouncing back from week to week, but it's always going up. You know what I mean? And that's what you got to keep in mind. Fanny, what was the website again?
Twitchtracker.com, and then you can just do / your username.
Yeah,
So,
and that's
very
great.
simple. Yeah.
And Twitch Tracker is a very powerful tool for many reasons, but it's also slightly misleading. So take some of the stuff you say with a grain of salt, especially when it comes to like games that you should stream or something like that. Like that's kind of,
The recommendations, yeah.
yeah, the recommendations are a little kind of stupid, but the rest of it's great. Also, the famous followers one, that's also kind of weird. But other than that, it's good stuff.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I definitely recommend you look into it, RedRalph. I'll be,
Yeah,
I would love to hear at some point in time what you think about it. You have a full-time job outside of streaming, right?
Well, yes, I do. Yep.
Okay. How do you manage, or how do you find time to / how do you manage your time for your job and for streaming?
It's both good and poor. So it's like doing all the extracurricular stuff, like the emotes, like adding the new emotes. I forget to do that during the week when I'm working, or the panel banners for underneath in the about section. I still need to get that done. Kind of doing all the stuff you can do off stream. I'm really bad about because I work night shifts.
Oh wow, that's not easy.
Yes. No. And granted, I've done mostly night shifts throughout my life, but I'm really tired of them.
Understandable.
Yeah. And so I do a 4-10 schedule. So I work 4 days a week for 10 hours. It's actually closer to 11 because of lunch and breaks.
Of course.
So yeah, I go from 2:25 in the afternoon to 12:55 in the morning. But because I get extra day off, I have 3 days a week where I can just stream starting in the evening, and then I don't break my work schedule, like my internal clock for work schedule. And that provides me automatically with a set schedule that I can do. And if I get like bonus streams in, heck yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
You know.
Okay. So your job with how you, have 3 days off kind of enables you to have that schedule. So what exactly is your schedule?
So I kind of lied on my actual Twitch page. I have it set.
Oh, this is a hot tease. Yeah, hot tea. It's all coming out. Captured live in 4K.
There's a big fat pony. Oh. So I have the schedule set from 7 to midnight.
Okay.
I typically start earlier and go later. I average about 8 hours a stream. 6.5 to 8 hours usually.
Full-time job.
A man after my own heart. So how many? So 3 days a week, about 8 hours of streaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we all know that means 8 hours live, but more like 10 to 12 hours because of before and after stuff.
Okay. I know this might sound like it contradicts something I've said earlier, where it's fun, but I've always been a person. I have a bad habit of trying to treat my fun as like a side job or like a part-time job, in terms of, if I'm not putting the time in, it's not going to be worth it. If that makes sense.
No, I get it. It's like why pick up a hobby if you're not gonna, go do the hobby, right?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Right. And it's my roommate. He has the exact opposite schedule of me, so I'm not gonna be hanging out with him because we work at the same place. I got the job through him.
Oh, okay.
He works from 2 to 2:30 Friday through Sunday. So all I got to make sure I do is his dogs are fed before I start the stream. And then I just got free reign. Oh, yeah. Well, because those dogs, they let you know if they're not fed.
They'll interrupt the stream and everything.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. So, do you stream as like more of a hobby, or do you stream with the hopes that one day it will be? I mean, you kind of like hinted at it, but like definitively, do you work towards the goal that you want to be a full-time streamer? I mean, I know we all know that's kind of the dream, but like, is that what you're working towards? Or is it like, you're going to go hard because you respect it as something that you enjoy doing, but you're okay with however it plays out?
Probably closer to that last bit that you just said of like, I would love for it to work out. If it doesn't, it won't be the end of the world. I know I'll survive, but I guess the best way to sum up my attitude towards it right now is it's a hobby, but I'm going to be professional about it. I'm gonna be on top of Beyond Chat. I'm gonna be on top of, like, if someone just a suggestion for like a channel point redeem, like find a way to make it work, like making good audio clips for sound, like channel point redeems.
Okay. Of course. So like we said, like you're giving it the respect it deserves as something that you care about.
Treat it like a craft I'm trying to hone.
Of course.
and but yes, I would love for it to become
Of course,
a
yeah,
job.
that's the dream. But
But
so, but
still
that's
be
not what
fun.
you're like working to. Going, so you're putting in the time and effort, and but whatever comes may come, whether it be success or whether it not be success, it's still going to be a craft that you hone. But you're not like explicitly, working towards it being like the main source of income. It just happens
Not
that
right
how
now.
you're working is in that direction.
Yeah. Originally, I would have. I think originally I started out like, oh, if this takes off, that'd be awesome. But I'm also someone that I'm very bad about pinning the future on some hopes,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I don't want to do that just yet.
You don't want to put
no, I
all
respect
your
that.
eggs in one basket just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real jazzy move to do.
I'm a very cautious person with change,
Yeah.
Oh, it's fair.
and I guess it's more of I want to view it as like I'm trying to build a base of just good folks,
Of course.
because
I mean, that's
that
how
just
any
brings-
good community starts.
Yeah. This question is harder than I thought it would be, because
Yeah, it's fair.
I don't want to explicitly say yes, this is the dream, blah blah blah, because I've even just started editing some videos for fun for some fellow streamers. A lot of the time it sucks editing, but then it's also it's like the weird Schadenfreude joy where it's like, I did this, it's done, and it's good.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. I know. I get it. I get it. The journey in this case is not as good as the ends.
No, especially if you don't have the coverage that you need to make it work.
Understandable. Well, I'm glad it's a hard question though, because it should be. But I mean, I get it, right? It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think most people, if not everyone listening / watching this, will agree that,
It'd be awesome
I mean, it's the dream, right? That is the
Yeah.
dream. But whether or not,
Getting-
like,
To play video games or sit in front of your computer. Yeah.
exactly,
I guess even if it was just like a part-time, like supplementary.
Mm.
My job is a good job, but I hate it.
oh no. I understand. It's part of why I always say I feel so blessed that I'm able to like work in something that I genuinely enjoy so much, and I'm supported by
Yeah.
all these incredible people. It always blows my mind that, I mean, I don't want to say it like this, but at the, since I have a lack of the correct words right now, it's like, I feel like, it's like, why am I the lucky one? Like, why am I the chosen one that gets to pursue his dream while like there's so many other people that just go to work and they fucking hate it? And it really just puts things in perspective for me. I feel so lucky.
Most of the time, that's straight up just what luck is like you put in the effort, and then just the one opportunity happened, and then that's something you can build on. And because don't forget, you are the seed of the community, because it's not like your community started because someone else is streaming. I mean,
Sure.
you might have,
No, I get what
you might have people in both communities, but like,
Of course.
you are the source of the community. So like, definitely make sure you like give yourself the credit for community reflecting you.
Where do you see the future of your stream going? And do you think you'll commit to it more?
Yes, I do want to commit to it more.
Okay.
Oh, definitely. Like, ideally, if I could get off night shifts, I'd love to go to 5 days a week. It's getting to the day shift,
Yeah.
which it's a union job, and they go by seniority, and there's no way in hell I'm getting there quickly. So I'm kind of looking for other day jobs.
Other
I do, like-
opportunities. Yeah.
Yeah, other opportunities to allow me to do night streams, or not night stream, but more streams throughout the week, because 3 days a week, that's not an insignificant amount of hours stream.
No, especially if you're doing like the 8 hours, like you said, like 6 to 8.
Yeah.
That's yeah. I mean,
I've done a couple
yeah.
12s, like,
but no, okay. So
no.
definitely you would like to commit more in the future, but you don't know kind of what the future holds right now. But it is something that you're actively looking to do. No, I respect it. Okay. So
Yep.
what was your funniest moment streaming? Like, what's your funniest streaming moment so far? What's the one that you always think back to? You're like, man, that was a good time.
He's already laughing. So
Yeah, I know. This better be great. You're freaking bigging it up right now.
It's just, So my favorite moments so far have just been when something makes me start laughing. There's kind of two that's tied. One is the Christmas Eve stream where just got very fortunate and had a big raid happen. So, and then was experimenting with a channel point redeem of RedRalph sings a song that he picks, and people keep thinking they pick the song they sing.
Oh, okay.
And it was actually a friend popped into the stream and was like, "Can you do Firework by Katy Perry?" Because he had a similar redeem that he had to sing that, and he sang it terribly because I had a few brewskis in him.
Of course.
And also, it's a hard song to sing. Actually,
Of course.
I cannot sing that key. But
okay, so many
he was
other
like,
people
oh God. But he was ragging on me in chat a little bit, like, come on, I did it. I can't be the only one. Help me do it. And so finally I just went, okay, fine. And I was doing a Dark Souls run, and
Katy
I
Perry
sang it.
Dark Souls.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you know. I almost had you could almost make a joke about lighting the fire and being a firework, but I gotta make the firework. Yeah, that's what but anyway, so I sang it, and I only get like the part of the game that I have in it is that I only sing like a verse and a chorus. Like I'm not gonna sing the whole song.
Okay, understand.
I'm not gonna subject people to that. But
Okay.
like 10 people left the stream immediately.
Oh no,
And
bro, I feel it, man. I feel it though. It's not a good feeling. It's one of the reasons why I kind of had to tone my own sing redeem down.
but it tickled me so much because it just the gal who does she's made the emotes for my channel like just because she really enjoys them. She does have a Redbubble, so if you come to my streams, Redbubble is there. Love her designs, but she got really upset and was like, "Who the hell left chat? I'm gonna find you and chew you out." Like it was so funny. But I just started laughing because it was her and a couple other regulars that were just like, "Oh, but it wasn't even that bad." I had like a 4-minute laughing fit because it just tickled me the right way. And then I had a laughing fit 2 weeks ago on Lethal Company that I actually have gone back to a couple times if I'm feeling because everyone else laughing at my laughter always makes me laugh. It's a terrible, terrible cycle. But that, and a couple people tell me that I'm their favorite streamer.
Oh, my heart.
Sweet.
It's always
just
good.
it's like you're gonna make me cry, man. Like
I know, I don't think anyone who's ever been a streamer would like. I feel like that might be the best thing that you could ever hear when someone says that. Like, you're my favorite streamer, and you know it's true because you see them like all the time, and so it's
exactly.
it's like you feel like it's genuine too. So you're just like, man, that's nice. It's like
it feels good, like because especially like they're super into the game I'm playing, and there's someone who's doing like crazy stuff with it, but they keep coming back to mine.
Yeah,
no, that's awesome.
Just because they're like, I just enjoy your streams, and it's like, oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear,
sweet.
man. Honestly. So.
And can I just?
of course.
Say that if anyone listening or watching goes to RedRalph's stream, his laugh is just so infectious and loud and boisterous, and it's just the greatest thing.
I know you got a little taste of it now.
I'm pretty sure you have redeems that are just your laugh, which sets you off, and you've got like overlapping.
Incredible.
Laughs, and it's the funniest. It's so funny.
I cut the laugh from the Christmas Eve live stream into 3 different redeems because
It's so funny.
Incredible.
Because I made a Merry Christmas redeem that it's Rich Evans from Red Letter Media going Merry Christmas, motherfuckers, and that always makes me laugh as well. But
Of course.
during that laughing fit, right as I was calming down, someone played it. And
It set you off right over again.
I sounded like the Suzuki motorbike, like revving up. It was
Incredible. Incredible.
So funny.
You gotta love an infectious laugh.
yep. I mean,
Oh,
straight
I
up,
love it, man.
the most viewed clips of mine are me laughing.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to ask one more question about like the like kind of a around streaming
sorry.
for like this thing. You don't got no reason to say sorry here, buddy. So, how easy has it been to set up and start streaming for you? And then what have you adjusted after you started it set up?
It wasn't too bad for me to set up.
Okay.
Obviously, I think I think this is going to ring true for most people.
Okay.
Is the biggest limitations at first is the hardware and equipment that you have.
Of course.
But I will say for software, there's enough out there for Streamlabs, Stream Elements, OBS, the original that
Mix it up. Mix it up.
yeah, and mix it up. I'm still finishing that one up because it's do so much with that.
Yeah, I got RedRalph in to mix it up.
It's just
Sure.
I'm almost just blown away by how much you can do in it. Originally, I was going to try and use OBS like 10 years ago when I first looked into it,
Yep.
and that was before they kind of re-streamlined everything in there.
They
Like, it
have.
was a lot more
Oh yeah.
technical. It's a lot more user friendly now. If
It
you're not
is.
a super tech person,
Yeah, I moved
Well-
to Streamlabs because OBS was like a
I did.
nightmare, and
Yeah.
now I've moved back
Same.
because I actually understand it now.
Absolutely.
like I want to get back. I want to get back to OBS because
Yeah.
they are the OG. You know,
Yep.
they made it open source. Got to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say it was also easy for me because I had made enough connections in communities and actually
Yeah.
gotten to talk with streamers. Last January, I went to Navy boot camp,
Oh.
broke my foot.
Oh. No.
Like 2.5 weeks in, and it was early enough that they're like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here." So I
Okay.
spent longer in the separations barracks to go back home to Montana, and then like it was a microfracture, but it hurt like fucking hell. So I didn't work for like 2 months, and so then I was like, I'll try out Twitch. Actually, I saw a YouTube video of someone on Twitch. It was a achievement hunter.
Okay.
And he's like, stream 5 days a week, come check me out. I was like, yeah, sure, I will. And then after a while, like a month going back into this community, like a lot of fun. He rated out to the person that really helped me, like, this just looks fun enough that I'm just gonna start it.
Yeah.
Finally.
Nice.
When I finally have internet again.
So did you have
And-
any hardware like to start first, or like?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
My biggest thing at first was actually internet.
Oh.
Because I had to move back into my mom's house for a bit when I got out of the
Okay.
Navy. She has satellite internet in Montana, so it's not good. So I actually had
That's
to
so
wait till I
great.
moved to Minnesota. I had to wait till I moved back to Minnesota before I had, like, actual connection to the internet, to do it. Because yeah, like I know microphones well enough that I had like a decent $4 mic off the bat from Amazon.
Nice.
And then have a decent enough PC that I built a couple years ago. It's starting to die a little bit, so I probably should work on it. But no, I just got to know so many, I don't want to say small streamers, but people, I got to know some of the people that weren't huge, that, if they found out I was streaming, they're like, oh, hey, if you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah.
And-
People who are willing to like give that advice and be open.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get
Yeah,
that.
like,
That's awesome. That's awesome. Not everyone has that, so it's pretty nice to like hear that there are people in the
Right.
space like that who help people out. This is so great to hear because I know a lot of people would. Oh, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, and, I think that's one thing I would say is that, like, I think it's the fact that I was actually in their communities and being active that then they, enough to where they recognize me, that they're like, oh, I didn't know you streamed, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I'm just starting out. And they're like, any questions? Yeah, I might have a question for you. Well, shoot me a DM on Discord. Like,
That's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool, man. Yeah, we'd love to hear it, man.
Yeah.
And has there been anything that you've like changed or adjusted so far after getting into it?
Yeah.
mostly superficial stuff like death counters.
Yeah,
Or, like,
yeah.
gravity
More
counters.
interactivity.
Yeah, like
So
I definitely have stolen some ideas. Well, that and
Of course. I mean, you say stolen ideas, but let's be honest, it's inspiration, right?
So
Exactly.
everything at this point in 2024 is a stolen idea.
Oh, yeah.
Everything comes from something.
It's true. Except
I mean,
for Faux,
I
the Streamers
definitely-
podcast, which doesn't exist anywhere. We're original, baby. Anyone else is a copy, even if they were posting before us. No. Exactly.
You know, I definitely try to change up. Some
Yeah.
stuff enough. where
Make
it's
it
like,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what was the first thing you invested in when you realized that you wanted to keep streaming?
Actually, no. I know what it is. It's the mic I'm using right now. It was in a yeah.
All right.
I was in a
Okay.
thrift store. It's a Blue Yeti mic.
All right. Yeah, well, thrift store too.
Model.
Nice. That's all right.
It was only $60.
Dude. Oh, I love those thrift
Yeah, I
store
saw it
prices,
and I was
man.
like, I don't know if I really should buy this right
Uh-huh.
now, but I'm
Destiny.
like, it was that the boom mic that I bought for it, and then also the green screen.
There you go.
And the webcam.
Bro, I told you guys though. You hear it? You hear it, guys? The first thing he bought. Microphone.
Mike. Yep.
This is what we said. We said it before, and look, man, God, I feel so validated. It feels great because you don't need a camera. You don't need your stream deck. You could use a phone.
Nope.
You know, you don't need any of. You could even just set up macros like on your keypad. Like if you have just a key, like if you have a keyboard with like a numpad on it. You know, there's so many other workarounds you can do. OBS has an awesome feature. You don't need multiple monitors. You know, like the OBS has a feature where it hides OBS if you have it up on your screen. Like the most important thing you need to start streaming, other than a consistent schedule and the determination to do it, would be your freaking audio quality microphone.
The thing about audio that you got to remember, and this is something I learned editing in film school, was if your audio is great, no one will notice it. And that sounds like an insult, but if you have bad audio, it is the most, like 90% of anything visual sound combo is auditorial. You know, you don't have to have a fancy one with like a bunch of knobs.
Oh no.
Definitely don't have your gain cranked up all the way, please.
True. I don't want to hear like the next door neighbor's pin drop, you know.
Yeah. Put on your noise filter like in your OBS system. Definitely watch the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
True. Yeah,
See
there's
what
so
they
many.
all say consistently, see what they say differently, but
Yeah.
sound is so important.
It is.
And listen to yourself back.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And yeah,
God.
do those
Yes.
test streams. Keep those VODs.
Yep.
Watch them back.
Yep.
Get a friend to watch it too. Like
Shoot. Just screen record yourself talking.
it's true. I would
have the
always
audio.
say try and get one friend to watch it on a PC or like a phone or something though, because what do I always say, guys? You'd rather be too loud so people can turn it down than too low where I've turned you all the way up and I still can't hear anything.
And balance the game audio if you're gaming.
Yeah.
Make it lower,
Facts.
please.
It's true. What are your immediate short-term goals and then your long-term goals?
You know, I actually hit the one I had at the end of the year way quicker than I thought. I hit the follower goal I had way quicker than I thought.
Okay.
To be honest, I didn't even think I'd get half the followers I have right now
Cool.
until like a year in.
That's awesome, man. You're killing it.
Thank you. But I would say just maybe trying to get to an average view count. I'm still trying to determine what that is.
Yeah.
Give more polish to my streams, get a better webcam that I can actually zoom in and out. I sold my camera to make the move, so like I had a nice Sony camera. But
Heartbreaking. But
yeah,
priorities. Priorities.
but honestly, getting a stream deck would be one just for quality of life
Right?
for my end. For actual streams, really polishing how I do them, because they've been pretty basic so far, but I wouldn't mind starting doing like first 30 minutes, like just chatting, having a better,
So having like a more of a structured idea of how you're gonna run your streams.
Yeah.
Like more
Yeah, more of a
structure, not just kind of like coming in and being like, okay, we're streaming, but I'm not sure what we're doing yet. Like, yeah.
like, first 5 minutes, have the start and student screen up, and then welcome in, how's it going? Gonna get going right now, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Oh, end the stream. We're gonna raid out. I don't know. Just also, I want to do, well, I don't know if I'd call this short term or long term, but I'm wanting to do a charity stream.
Awesome.
I'm calling.
Yeah, make sure you pick the right charity too. Like, yeah, man,
Yep.
it's gonna be
I'm
awesome.
thinking St. Jude's, just
Yeah,
because
you can't go wrong with St. Jude's. Can't go wrong with
Yep.
St. Jude's.
Yep.
Classic.
I'm thinking about doing my first 24-hour stream
Oh,
as the charity stream.
Yeah,
As the charity
do it,
stream.
man. Do it. And let me tell
I
you,
wanna do that.
having structure for a 24-hour stream is what really helps you get through it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to just be like, we're doing a 24-hour stream, and then you get on there and you're kind of like, oh, you know, you're like 15 hours in, you're like, what do I do now? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just tired, guys.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm thinking if we reach the goal, I shave the mustache off.
No, oh my god, oh my god, I can't believe you just
You'll
said
have,
that.
you will have people that will just not donate.
It's
Just
facts.
So you keep the mustache.
That's
But then,
facts.
I could, if we do like 10% above the goal, I keep the mustache.
Oh, that's sneaky.
You
I like
dye
that.
the mustache.
Oh,
You should dye it. Do something. Do
That's
something
facts.
silly with it.
that's facts.
True.
Or if you really are sold on shaving the mustache, you can do like every
No, I
X.
don't want
e-
to.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. But I was gonna say you do like you can say like every X amount is like just one.
Oh,
And then you
one
just
pass,
and you just do weird passes, so it's just all choppy and
okay. I was gonna say like I don't want to do I don't want to do the chaplain mustache.
no.
Yeah. Don't do it from the middle and go in. Just go from one side.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're gonna
Or
get
start
the
from
middle
the
out.
start from the middle. Yeah, it's middle out exactly.
So, do you yourself use YouTube or TikTok or other platforms to like further your streaming? And would you use it in future if you don't?
And in that
So
same vein, do you also multi-stream?
So I've started doing clips to YouTube and TikTok.
Nice.
I actually just made TikTok this last week. I
nice.
never had a TikTok. I'm actually scared by how quickly some of those clips got views. Like
Yeah.
nothing crazy, but like,
TikTok loves new people.
oh my god, it's like, how did I get 500 views on this 30-second clip? Like,
Yeah.
what? YouTube. So I've actually been exporting all my VODs to YouTube, but they're private right now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because I want to re-download them. Because I do want to make highlights.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, that's one of the things I should have mentioned earlier on like short-term goals and also goals and how you plan on making the streams better. I want to do the highlight videos because the people who watch streamers on YouTube, like their videos, it's usually people that don't want to or cannot be there for the whole stream, or they want to see the good parts.
Yeah.
You know. But I haven't multi-streamed yet. I'm thinking about it. You know, I'd probably go with YouTube just because that's an established base. And also just some of the other streaming platforms I'm not on at all. I'm on YouTube, like been watching YouTube.
No,
as my main
I
source of-
understand. It's going to be hard to like build those connections like we were just talking about on
Right.
platforms that you don't frequent yourself. I get it. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
The last couple of years, Twitch has kind of been making snafus, but the new CEO, I definitely think, is taking in a right direction.
Oh yeah. There's been a couple of
Like-
rare Twitch W's lately.
Yep.
And it's like, well, one, he actually live streams on it.
Yeah.
He actually seems to care about being at Twitch.
True.
You know, granted, I've never gone to his live stream, so the fact he's very candid about the directions and realities of Twitch being a subsidiary of Amazon is awesome. So I definitely think it might be worth it to give multi-streaming a try. I think the biggest thing for that would be, I don't know how the chats would work.
There's a
Like,
lot
I
of
would have to have-
services that let you run it through. Now, I would say avoid restream if you can. I personally hate it.
Is
And I have, it's a website / software. It's like a whole thing, but I've used it
third-party
before.
service. Okay.
Yeah, I've used it before. They kind of suck, but there's many other places that let you like funnel a chat in, at least from like one or two other places for free.
Oh, it
And-
solidifies everything into one.
It's like one overlay. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Because I was thinking like, do you have to have two pop-out chats for both?
No,
Any site you stream it to?
Yeah, there might be a slight
not-
delay, but it funnels it into one, so everyone watching the stream can see that overlay scrolling.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
That would make it a lot easier.
What are some of the mistakes that you've made that you've learned from, and that you would like to share with other people that they can also hopefully learn from your mistakes? I mean, unless you're just perfect, which is just fine
Yeah, I
too.
was gonna say,
But, I mean,
struggling to find mistakes.
I'm trying to think of like a big. I would say on like back end stuff. Not always double checking the quality of audio. Like it's never been terrible, but I also am a person that hates the sound of my voice
Yeah.
incredibly, and
Well, I love it.
I definitely well, thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you. There was a lot of early VODs that I'm definitely too loud. I'm definitely kind of peaking the mic a little bit,
Yeah.
but also it wasn't the best mic. I would say not being more willing to, I don't want to say be selfish or, but advertise myself
Yeah.
more aggressively, posting like on Twitter or
Yeah.
getting started on the highlights stuff quicker. So because, the more people see you or see your stuff, the more likely they're going to check you out.
Yep.
Even if they don't
Yeah.
stick around. Because like, I don't like paywalling stuff.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Or like making it feel like I'm trying to paywall people to force them into doing
Yeah.
that.
No, I get. I've talked to Fanny about this as well with this very podcast. It's available on my Patreon. It is kind of paywalled, but it's something where I'm like, I want to help people. I think everyone should have this advice. And I was like, should I just put it on
Right.
YouTube, Fanny? Like, I feel like I'm gatekeeping. And Fanny was like, no, it takes a lot of work to schedule, produce, record, edit, and it takes your time as well. And while it is valuable advice that, everyone should hear, it's something that like you are taking the effort to do yourself. And this is a way to not only help you keep doing that, but also, and like, I guess for lack of a better word, also kind of like an encouragement to keep doing it, because you're not like, man, I'm putting in all this effort and it feels bad. And, some people will be like, well, the videos and help that you're giving people are its own reward. And it's like, yeah, sure, I guess. But, it's a lot of work. No, I get it. Yeah. I mean, I have so many fun interactive things that you, that are just free or channel points or whatever. And I mean, I don't have like a pay for like, bits sound thing, but I have a couple of things that are just kind of low key. Like, you can pay some bits to get like alternate sounds and stuff like that, or some bits I'll do or say something, but it's not like anything crazy, So like,
exactly. It's not like you're not putting all the fun ones behind it.
Yeah, it's like and like I think this is a philosophy that's important for like emotes as well. I always try and ensure that my tier 2 and tier 3 emotes, which I or like I guess I should say like the bit emotes as well. Like if you donated
The
bits emotes.
Beans emote.
Yeah, the like I try and make sure that like, and I think everyone should do this. Your tier 2, your tier 3, and like the high bit amount donated emotes should 100% not be this incredible, awesome emote that only those people could use. I mean, don't get me wrong, it should be shit, but it should be something that you can show off to be like, hey, yeah, I earned this by, doing X, like, getting a tier 2 sub or something, but it shouldn't be like your best emote that's like, you have to do like tier 3 to get kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I have a rice and beans emote, but if you're like, 50,000 bits or something like that donated, it's gold,
I did kind of do that in my emotes of like, I made sure the base emotes are good. Like, well, I mean, all the emotes that MuseBird has made for me have been absolutely wonderful. I guess I've kind of done that as well.
Yeah,
Actually, one of the tier 1 is like, it's a Hollow Knight outline that says Geo needed, because that's the money, that's the currency in the game.
Yeah,
so.
that's good. That's good. I like that. What is your opinion on overlays and interactivity on your stream, and when does it become too much?
And see, that's something I've thought about, because like I definitely like having overlays and like putting the chat on the screen of the stream if someone's like wanting to full screen it, or For VODs, it's always good because you can use, like, if you ever do the highlight videos, I can like zoom into like a particularly funny comment
Yeah.
and it's there.
So like, what are your do's and don'ts?
Don't make it cluttered. Like,
Yeah.
I see some streamers, like, they're good streamers, but like, there's always something going, like,
Bouncing around the screen or moving or
yeah, like, it's not bad to have overlays that will do that. There's been some overlays I've seen where it's like characters moving along the bottom, and it actually the
Stream
most clever.
avatars.
Oh, stream avatar. Yeah.
I will say the most clever thing I've seen used with that was like the chat will pop up through that overlay
Oh,
instead of being
yeah.
on the side.
Yeah.
But I guess the overlay should serve a purpose to the stream instead of just being there to be there.
Yeah.
Because I think some people put them on because movement will always draw your eye back to it,
It's true.
and that's not a bad thing.
But if it's a constant
for me-
movement, your brain will like
Shut off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it covers up the majority of important info of what's going on in the stream
Yes.
itself, especially mostly for like gamer streamers,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like, wait, I can't tell what the heck's going on. Like something happens, I guess. Gilbert died.
I feel it.
I mean, it's your stream. Do what you want.
It's true. It's true. But in your opinion, if you could tell everyone what they should do, what is your do's and don'ts? Give me one do, one don't.
Okay. For sure have chat coming up on the stream.
I agree with this.
Um,
I agree with this for
somewhat.
people. So many people lurk and don't
Yep.
and full
Yep.
screen the thing
Yep.
and aren't looking at chat. So it's nice for them to be able to participate in chat even by just reading it or seeing what you're responding to because it's on the screen. And now you're don't. Above all else, you only get one don't.
I would say don't do something that's moving all the time around all the edges of the screen.
Yeah.
That's true. I know someone who does that.
Yep. Same.
And I should clarify, if it's like a little bit of like a flame highlight or like color highlight or something, that's fine. But like if it's like
Yeah, no, I know what
a
you mean.
bunch of stuff just moving
Yeah.
around,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a
I think that's-
neon vibration is like fine, but like a
yeah.
you know like yeah, I get you.
If it's like, well, it's cool, but like if like friends, like if you have like and this is not towards any streamer, have never seen this, but I just thought of this, like a ladybug crawling around the edges of the screen, or like a bunch of them just crawling around the edges of the screen. I think that would be very distracting and a overall negative to the quality of the stream itself.
There. All right. I like that. Okay, so let's hit the speed round. Well, before we do, Fanny, do you have anything that you want to ask explicitly?
No, we got good questions out. We got
All right.
a lot of good
Hell
answers.
yes. All right. Now, RedRalph, I love you, but I'm gonna cut you off if you ramble. All right. This is a speed round. I'm gonna shotgun these real quick, and I just want you
All right.
in the least amount of words possible. Okay. So
Sounds good.
what is one piece of advice that you would give to people first starting to stream?
Just do it.
Just do it. Just hit go live and do it.
Go live. You're gonna learn more from your first 10 streams than you will if you've done 100.
What is your opinion on like which platform you should stream on? I guess just multi-streaming as a whole.
Do it if you have the audience base, but probably start out building a base first on one and then branch out.
If you could change one thing about your stream right now, like it doesn't matter. Money is no object, time is no object. Right now, you could change one thing, I snap my fingers, it happens. What would it be?
Quality of my webcam.
Is there anything at all that you think people who are streaming, no matter how big or small, but especially if they are small, that they need to hear?
It's going to tie back, but be as genuine as you can be. Find good people to interact with, and people will come back to you.
I agree. Yeah. You like we said earlier in the very beginning, people can tell usually when you're faking it, and if you're going to build an audience, just be your genuine self. And you might say, well, I'm just kind of a degenerate, like nobody that like blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter, man. There's someone like that. There's someone like that out there. And if you're just being you, you will find other people that enjoy you for you. and that's how you're going to build your audience.
I gotta
100%.
say, I've seen some streamers who are just like really awful people, and they have communities, so you can genuinely be you.
Yeah, and they're
They're
just
not great communities.
yeah, their communities
I
are
don't wanna be
also
one,
awful people,
they-
but
Yeah,
it's
but
yeah.
they're there.
There's like a spectrum of you're streaming for the skill that you have and you're showing it off, or you're streaming for the experience of your personality. Like,
It's
I
true.
think people fall in that spectrum.
I think there's a pretty good
Yeah.
spectrum too. I mean, unless you're me, in which case, like, I just kind of am the
Yeah, but, I
whole
mean,
spectrum, you know?
You're just you're the horseshoe theory of streaming.
Yeah,
You know, just
exactly. Facts. Give this man a damn prize.
Stop stroking his ego.
God, I'm the best. No. Okay. Okay. And is there anything that you want to ask us?
For the business side of it,
Absolutely.
is there a good resource of sponsorship deals that you should avoid?
Avoid
Mm-hmm.
straight stream elements.
See, because I keep getting offers all of a sudden from them.
No. Don't do it.
It's felt scammy. I don't even use stream elements. I
It's
just think
not
that
scammy.
It's not scamming.
It's all above board.
It's not.
Money.
No?
Yeah.
But it is
really.
not worth it. A lot of the
Okay.
times.
They're like demanding a crazy amount of time on their product for.
No. One, they take a long time to pay out usually.
Yep.
Two, unless you have a gigantic community or a very, very dedicated, like, few friends, you're not really gonna make any money from it.
Yeah.
And then three,
'Cause I'm assuming
while you're trying to fulfill those obligations that you have to fulfill, because, like I said, this ties back into two, you're gonna need like some very dedicated community members / friends to help if you want to make any money from it at all, or just sleepless nights yourself, just leveling up accounts or something. You're not really gonna make anything. And then while you're trying to fulfill those obligations, you will lose community members because what you're streaming is boring, and also it is kind of like a bad taste. Like, oh, it's kind of sellout. It's just stay away from it, man. It's not worth it. You know. It's and that goes out to everyone.
Yeah.
Stream elements, just don't do it unless you genuinely enjoy Raid Shadow Legends. Like, if you're a Raid,
I've done it, and I got a good payout, but I wouldn't do it again. It was very hard to complete the goals, and I did lose following because of it, because
Yeah.
of the same points Jazzy made. So, like, yes, I did get a good payout, but was it worth it? I lost people. You know,
And you can't, and you can't do it twice. So it's not like you're just like, guys, we're just gonna do this like once a month so I can pay my bills. It's like, well, you did it once. Good luck. Like you've done your damage. You got your payout. Like, you know.
And hey, Stream Elements is still emailing me, even though I'm not technically on Twitch right now. And they're still saying, you have a sponsorship available. And I'm like, buddy, I can't stream.
That's wild.
All the
Yeah,
HelloFresh
well,
sponsorships you get
Now,
Stream Elements.
HelloFresh is a slightly different one because you don't really have to do anything except kind of talk about it. But
Oh,
and then you can get people to sign up for it. But in that note, we know people, specifically one person as well, who have had issues with their HelloFresh payout because they never paid out. But I also know on the other end of the spectrum where they did a HelloFresh payout or a HelloFresh sponsorship and they got paid out pretty quickly. But when it's uncertain like that, do you really want to dedicate the time and effort that it takes when, like, it, you know, you may have to fight for something that you already put in, like you gave them free advertisement basically because they're not paying you out, you know? But like I said, you know, it's not like it's 100% bad. We know someone who really struggled with it and, you know, had to fight for their payout. And then I know someone who was just like, yeah, no, I got it easy. So, you know, it's just kind of a thing. But lastly, I'm going to sum this up with this last question. And that is, can you sum up your streaming journey so far in as few words as possible? How would you sum up your streaming journey?
Absolutely fantastic. I've legitimately made friends I've never thought I could make before. My own personal mental health has almost never been this good in the last 10 years.
Wow.
Nice.
And I just enjoy it. Like, it's just fun.
Yay.
You love to hear it, man. Heck yeah. I like that. That's a good summation. All right. Well, RedRalph, before we let you go and we do our little outro, would you go ahead and plug all your socials, your Twitch and everything one more time for us, all right? Now, remember, It's RedRalph. You know how to spell it. You heard him in the beginning. I'll do it. RedRalph. Now tell us everything where you are.
I'm on Twitch at just RedRalph, one word. RedRalph is going to be one word on everything. RedRalph Twitch on Twitter, X.
Twitter, formerly X, formerly known as Twitter.
YouTube, I should just be RedRalph Twitch as well. I forgot to mention that one earlier. And then new on TikTok at just RedRalph. Yeah.
Just RedRalph?
Just RedRalph on TikTok.
As an RedRalph.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, not just RedRalph.
Yeah, not just RedRalph.
Yes.
RedRalph.
I meant there's no Twitch after.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. All right, guys. So
We'll write it down.
yeah, well, you won't write it down. You know where it is exactly. So you heard it. RedRalph, RedRalph on Twitch, RedRalph on TikTok, RedRalph Twitch on Twitter, and RedRalph Twitch on YouTube. But RedRalph, we love you, man. I'm Jazzy.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Of course, dude, and we appreciate you.
Seriously. Thank you.
Of course. And I'm Jazzy Faux. That's freaking Fanny Slam. This is Faux the Streamers. We'll catch you in the next one, all right?